Hi there. Welcome to Lao Yang's English Classroom. I'm Lao Yang, a teacher living in Zhuhai, China. In this video series, we're going to be looking at how to supercharge your English using collocations, idioms, and precise language. Enjoy! Are you nervous that you might get a tough question on the IELTS? Let's talk about how to handle tough questions. In this case, we're mostly talking about part 3 of the spoken test, although these techniques could be used in other situations. 3 kinds of tough questions. Number 1, you can't understand the question. Number 2, you have no knowledge or experience in this area. It may be outside your cultural experience. Number 3, it's just a weird question. It throws you off. It makes you confused. It makes you start to panic. How do we handle these types of questions? Well, the first way is to buy a little bit of time to think. This could be a tough one. Describe a speech that someone delivered. Oh my God, I can't think of a speech that someone delivered. What am I going to talk about? Well, we need to buy some time. The first way to buy some time is to reflect the question, to say the words again that you just heard. A speech that someone delivered. That's a tough one. Thank you for the question. That's step 2. Thank the person for the question. Step 3, make a general statement. Actually, individuals deliver speeches for all sorts of reasons. Then we can say, the first one that comes to mind is... Now that's a collocation. It's not the first one that comes to my mind is, but the first one that comes to mind is. You can keep saying that, practicing that, until it comes out fluently. And then this has the power to raise your lexical resource scores. The first one that comes to mind is. The first one that comes to mind is. The speech my brother Thomas delivered when he graduated. Well, in actuality, I have no brother Thomas. I just made that up. Or I could make up a sister Susan. But at any rate, I'm ready with a fictional character that I can sometimes use in the IELTS if I can think of no actual experience. Another problem is you can't understand the question. There's a word that you don't understand. Now generally, we just look for the key words, and 1 or 2 or 3 of those keywords can give you an idea of how to interpret this question. However, if there are too many words that you just do not know, you could be in a tough spot. Should volunteer work be part of the curriculum? Oh my God, what does this word curriculum mean? Oh my God, I'm beginning to panic. I don't know what to say because I don't understand the question. Well, have no fear. You can say, pardon me. Can you please repeat that question? That sounds very polite, saying it this way. Now, if you don't understand the word volunteer work and curriculum, you can still be in a tough spot. So you might take a guess at what the person means and reflect it back to them this way. Pardon me, do you mean to ask whether volunteer work is important? Okay, so you can practice this collocation. Do you mean to ask whether? Do you mean to ask whether volunteer work is important? Well, now you may still be in a tough spot. This may not help you. If you don't understand anything about the question, you may need to say something like this. Although you try to avoid this final choice. You can say, Pardon me, I'm not familiar with the term curriculum. Can you please ask this question in other words? I'm not familiar with the term. I'm not familiar with the term. Another possible problem is you have no experience in this area at all. For example, describe a foreign musical that you enjoyed. This question is beyond my experience. Now that's a collocation and it sounds really good, has the potential to raise your lexical resource. I've never enjoyed a foreign musical. The next step is to say the word. However, let me discuss something closer to home. Now I call this technique linking. You link to something that's more familiar to you. This is just a common technique. All speakers have to be able to link to something when they don't have a clear idea that will help them answer the question directly. Let me discuss something closer to home. That's a great collocation. Please memorize. Finally, we just have those weird questions that, to use an idiom, throw you for a loop. You have no idea what to say about it. Perhaps it's about computers. You don't have any experience in computers, or it's about something in the future and you just don't know the future. For example, will English continue to be the international language? Well, one way to answer this question is to speculate. To speculate, this word speculate, means to imagine. You can say, I'm not entirely sure. And this is a collocation. I'm not entirely sure. Practice it until it rolls off your tongue. However, I would speculate that English will continue to be the international language due to the fact that, well, that's a collocation. Or we can, say, I would speculate that we will colonize the entire universe. We will deliver messages from planet to planet, from Mars to Venus. And I think we'll still use English, although potentially, perhaps, if we're conquered by aliens, we could use an alien language. Well, those are some ways to handle difficult questions on the IELTS. I hope you find them useful. See you until next time. Bye-bye.